Welcome to the Inside Man podcast. I'm your host, Tim Martinez. This podcast is The Calvary is Not Coming. The Calvary is you, is maybe a better title here. So in my line of work, I get approached a lot by individuals saying, I'm looking to get to the next step. I want to grow. I need help. And sometimes the ask, I don't even know what to do with the ask, if that makes sense. Sometimes someone's asking me for help and I'm like, I would love to help you. I just don't know what you're asking me for. It's like if I had bad grades in school and I reached out to a buddy and I said, hey, I have bad grades. Can you help get my grades up? Like, obviously the person isn't going to take the test for me. Now they can study with me, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to me on test day, doing my best job and being well prepared and well studied and rolling the dice and let it land where it lands. And I say this because it's a common thing for us to ask others for help. And it's smart. You should ask others to support you and to grow with you and to build with you. That's not a bad thing at all. But you should not look to others to save you. The only person that can save you is your personal Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But that's a topic for a whole other podcast. So how do you ask? How do you ask someone for help? And I'm not talking mental health here. I fully respect that topic, and I do believe it's a different conversation together. And if you're suffering from mental health and mental illness, go seek professional advice. But I'm talking generally about individuals that are looking for their break or, for a leg up, for a door to be open for them. And no one's coming to save you. Now, people can come to help, guide, aid, but it's no one's job to save you. It's a big responsibility. So how do you ask? There's a couple things that you can do. First off, study the person that you're asking. Make sure that you know what their hot buttons are, what they value, and look for opportunities that you can add value to them. So instead of saying, hey, can you help me get this thing or go to this place, say, how can I help you get to where you need to go? And how can we build together if I'm able to get you there? Everyone's looking for support. I can guarantee that. There's really no business out there that's fine. Everyone's like, yeah, sure. You're going to help us? Let's go. But people don't like being asked and asked and asked with nothing in exchange, nothing in return. The second piece is don't sound or be desperate. Desperation it has an aroma. You can tell a desperate person, and that scares people away. It's like somebody who's really desperate to go out with the girl, and the girl can tell it the second the guy walks up. Versus the guy that he may or may not need the date. Right? It looks like he has something going on. It makes the girl want him more. So, don't be desperate when you're asking someone for help. Be mindful of your tone, of how you're presenting yourself, right? Look and sound like the type of person that I would love to join my team. Third piece here is just being very mindful of who you're talking to and how much you share. So obviously, the closer someone is to you, the more you can share, the more you can open up. But not everybody needs to hear your life story, especially in the professional arena. Right? Like, I'd love to help people, but I really don't need to know your entire life story. And this is true with a lot of the folks that I work with because everybody's just busy and we all have problems of our own. So don't bog other people down with what's going on in your life. Just tell them how you're going to help them, how you're going to build with them. I've had plenty of situations, again, in my life where man, it was difficult. I didn't have two pennies to rub together, but I kept that to myself. I didn't tell anyone, hey, I'm really broke, and I don't know how I'm gonna eat tonight, and I'm a month behind on rent. That's my problem. That's not anyone else's problem, right? All they want to hear from me is, yeah, look, I'll show up at your office for free, and I'll work any list that you have for me to make phone calls on, and I'm more than happy to work on a commission only for a month. They just want to hear what you're going to do for them. So just be mindful of who you're talking to and how much you share. Right? Now, if it's, let's say, your brother or your sister, yeah, sure. Depending on your relationship, maybe you can open up to them and say, hey, man, I really need some help. Or there's some relationships and some introductions. But again, try not to bog people down. Be very specific on what you're asking from others. Be very, very specific and detailed. Do not make others guess how they can help you. Maybe you need an introduction to a person. Maybe you need an internship. Maybe you're looking for a reference. Maybe you're just looking for a desk and somewhere to show up and just work, even if it's for free for a period of time. I don't know what it is that you're after, but be very specific. Detail. Do not make others guess how they can help you. And the final bit here is be willing to earn what you're asking for and never expect a handout. I was watching this YouTube video the other day, and this kid from south side of Chicago was talking to Kanye, and there was so much desperation in this young man's voice. It was sad. And he was saying, his friends have all died, and people got shot in his neighborhood and gone to jail, and he's afraid he's going to get shot, and he was terrified. And there was a lot of desperation in this young man's voice. And he's like, I need help. I need to get out. I need to get out of the hood. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And Kanye honestly didn't have an answer for him. He's like, I don't even know how to help you. I don't even know how to answer this. And I heard that and I was affected by it. I said, man, if that young man would have told Kanye, hey, I grew up in the same hood that you grew up. It's still tough out here. I've lost a lot of friends and I worry about my life every day. Is there something I can do for you? Would you allow me to work for your assistant for free every day for a year after school? How do I provide value to you and your network and your organization for free? I don't want a dime. I just know that if I get close to your orbit, I'll get further from the negativity in mine. Kanye, will you give me a shot today? Right? It's a whole different approach. So we're just not trained to ask that way. We're not trained to ask for things in that manner. So be very, very mindful of when you're approaching someone. The key here is that you want to be specific. You want to be detailed. You want to be willing to earn what you're asking for. Don't sound desperate. Be mindful of who you're talking to and their position and their status. Study the person. Ask yourself what it is that you can do to add value to them. It shapes the whole conversation. So the big takeaway is this. There is no Calvary coming to save you. And you are the Calvary. You have everything that you need inside of you to be successful. It's the truth. You may not want to hear it, but it's all deep within you. The question is, how hard are you working on yourself? How much grit, tenacity, determination do you have? Are you just waiting for something to happen? Or are you going after it? Well, I'm just not a hustler. I'm not a good salesman. It just don't work that way. Okay, fine. Well, that's what it is then, my friend. It's like you in your personal life. You can ask someone for help and they can give you a shot, but they're really going to give you a shot in like one portion of your life. Maybe they're going to open up a job opportunity, but they're not you, right? You still have to do personal development. You still have to study. You still have to be a good person. You still have to build relationships. There's so much dynamics to an individual that you always have to be working on. So when you're desperate and you're in a tough spot and you need help, just be mindful that you're asking someone for something very specifically for one portion of your life, not the whole life. So get out of your head. Just know what you want. Go out there, get what you want. Be willing to put in the extra time and the extra hours. Maybe you need to get another job, a part-time job. Maybe you need to drive Uber and Lyft and scratch together as many pennies as you can so you can send yourself to get some further education. Maybe you need to reduce for a period of time your lifestyle so you don't have the stress of all these bills. I don't know what's going on in your life. I just know what I've done in mine, and I know how hard I've been willing to work and how far I've been willing to go to get where I need to get. So if you're asking someone, especially someone who's successful, know that most successful people have had a lot of grit and determination and tenacity. And those people most likely didn't just ask for a handout. They were most likely willing to earn everything that they got. But the good news is this: you're a dynamic individual that God made. You're unique. You're awesome. Go be awesome, right? Invest in yourself, which is your number one asset. And if you keep investing yourself, keep investing, read those books, listen to those podcasts, fill yourself with positivity, surround yourself with positive people, work hard and smart, but definitely hard. Burn the midnight oil. You'll get to where you need to be, and you'll get the shots that you need. And you realize that it was because of all the work that you did on yourself that got you to where you needed to be, with a little help here and there along the way and some doors that got opened. But it was mainly because you increased your value. So again, you're the Calvary. Get out there and invest in yourself, and be mindful of how and who you're asking for, and be very detailed in your requests, and you will get to where you need to go. Have a great day.